What's going on, people, and welcome to my match recap and my player ratings for yesterday's game. Embarrassing Sevilla knocking out Manchester United. Just a horrible game. Where do I start? I don't necessarily feel like Ten Hag went with the right lineup to start with, because people can question if Luke Shaw's fit or not, and we don't know, like, if fully fit to start the game. But I would have started Luke Shaw with Lindelof and had Maguire nowhere near the team. Delo at left back was a little bit of a concern, but I actually thought he was one of the better players for us yesterday. But then he got taken off. The midfield is where we lost the game, even though the defence made the mistakes as well. The midfield battle we lost for the whole 90 minutes, which was very disappointing when you have the likes of Casemiro, Sabitzer and Eriksen, all very experienced. And I think that we got embarrassed there. The attacking front three of Anthony, Sancho and Martial really didn't show up. So it's disappointing all round. I did predict us to win that game yesterday, but I thought Rashford and Shaw would start. So I had my prediction bearing in mind and considering Luke Shaw and assuming Luke Shaw and Rashford would start, and they didn't. So when I saw the lineup confirmed before the match, I wasn't super confident, but I still feel like we should have had enough of who we started with to still not get embarrassed like that, and it didn't work out like that. So all credit to Sevilla. I did say that we can't take them lightly because they have a know-how of winning this competition in the last 10 years. And a lot of people didn't want to listen. And now, look, we're out of the competition. I think it was our best shot at some silverware this year, even over the FA Cup. We have Brighton on Sunday in the FA Cup. I'll be doing a preview for that tomorrow. And I'm not confident about that either. As for the player ratings, De Gea, 2. I had him as an average throughout the game, and then he gives away that third goal where he just has to control the ball dropping from the sky. And I think he really has to do better than he does. Gives the play away, gives the ball away, and it's 3-0. It was a shame because I think he had a pretty decent game compared to everyone else, but he ruined it for that third goal. 2 for De Gea. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'd give him a 4. He got taken off for sure at half-time, which I don't necessarily feel like he should have. I thought defensively he was one of the better. He had one shot on goal in the attacking end at one point, which was very tame, disappointing. But he's not known for that, so I'd give him just under an average of a 4. Don't necessarily feel like he should have been subbed. Maguire, absolute joke. I thought he was terrible from the first whistle. The goal we concede, the first goal we concede from De Gea playing the ball out to Maguire. People have complained for months and months that De Gea can't play the ball out from the back. He plays a perfectly good pass to his centre-back, who's called for the ball, by the way. And then he needlessly gives the ball away because he's trying to give it to Wan-Bissaka, but he's not even looked to play the pass before he's played it. And he's just give it to a Sevilla player and they go on to score. And people want to criticise De Gea for that. He's heard Maguire call for it, and the pass itself is perfect. Most centre-backs in the world would turn and do something with that. What does he do, Maguire? He gives it away. But yet De Gea gets the blame. Maguire, 2. As I said, he shouldn't have even started the game, and he's not a captain, so I want him gone. He's absolutely shocking. Lindelof, 5. I thought he had a decent game. Didn't really do a lot wrong, and for me, if we're going to get rid of Maguire or Lindelof, it's an easy one for me. We keep Lindelof, but I've got a horrible feeling he's going to be gone in the transfer window, or even at the end of the season. Delo, 5. I thought he did all right. First half left back, switched to the right for the second half. I thought he had an average game. I don't think he did too much bad and not too much great. Average. Casemiro, 2. I thought he was very quiet again. I thought he gave away a few balls as well. Looked sloppy. Didn't look like his normal standard. Very disappointing, 2. He also got booked as well. If we'd have gone through last night, he would have missed the first leg of the semi-final. So, yeah, disappointing from Casemiro, 2. Sabitzer, 2. All I could see from him was losing the ball and giving fouls away the whole game. And we know he's a lot better than that. And I was disappointed with him hugely because I know how good he can be, but not at it yesterday. 2. Eriksen, 3. I don't think he was much better than Casemiro and Sabitzer. I felt like he made the least mistakes out of the 3, but he didn't really impact the game. He always lacks the physical side of it. And I don't think he got on the ball and influenced the game enough. And he hasn't really got the legs in the midfield on the defensive side of things. So, 3. Anthony, 3. Don't think he did a lot in the attacking end. He got a lot of people's man of the match, and I don't know how. but he did. Still not good enough for me. 3. Martial, 3. Look, I said recently how much of a better team we are with Martial in it when he plays, but he went off injured again, which I'm hearing Maguire did. I haven't even seen it, but I'm hearing Maguire injured him, which just makes it even worse. But this guy, Martial, we know how good he can be, but he's never fit. Like, he'll come back and you're lucky if you play one game, 90 minutes of him, and then he's gone again. And he hobbled off again. And for me, that is the last straw with him. We have to get rid of him because as much as I like him and I think he's a good player, what good is it if you never get to play them? He's always injured. It's like he's made of candy floss. It's a shame it's come to this, but he has to go now. Martial, 3. Sancho, 3. He don't look right to me. I think it's a mentality thing with him. He lacks on the defensive side of things as well. Never tracks back. And he just looks half-arsed all the time. Looks disinterested, looks unconfident. And I don't think he's got the mentality. 3. And then the subs, Shaw, Fred, Elanga, Weghorst and Rashford. I thought Shaw, he weren't great when he came on. I give him a 4. I thought he was below standard. Didn't really affect the game. Disappointing. Fred, 4. Wasn't great. Didn't influence in the midfield or make it any better. 4. Elanga, 5. I thought he looked positive when he came on. He had a snapshot at one point and I actually thought he looked like he was trying to be positive and do things. I know he's not good enough for this team, but I actually thought yesterday he didn't do a lot wrong for the amount of time he was on the pitch. So, average for Elanga. Weghorst, I wanted to like him when we signed him, but I had a horrible feeling he weren't going to be good enough. And he's really proven that. And it's the worrying thing because Martial needs to go. And Weghorst just isn't Man United quality. And he needs to go. So, we're screwed for a striker. 4. Rashford, 3. Came on, held on to the ball too long at times. Misplaced passes. I felt like he was muscled off the ball a few times as well, too easily. Just didn't impact at all. 3. And then Ten Hag, a 3. Because I don't think he's got the starting lineup right. And then I don't think his subs, any of them were right, really. Didn't impact with the subs. And probably made them a bit too late as well, a lot of them. As for my man of the match, if you're going to give one, yesterday, I give it to Lindelof. I felt like he had a solid game, considering we lost. I think he was the best, along with Delo, but obviously played the whole game. So I'd give my man of the match to Lindelof. Disappointing yesterday. I thought we'd still have enough quality to get through, but we didn't, and we didn't deserve to win. So when I say we don't deserve to win, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and pretend that we did, because we didn't. We were awful last night. We were embarrassing, and it probably should have been by more that Sevilla won by. I would have loved to have won this competition this year, and I can't see us winning the FA Cup, so I think this is the only chance we had at silverware. Gone. I'll be doing a preview tomorrow for the Brighton FA Cup game, which is on Sunday, so watch out for that dropping tomorrow. And if you hadn't seen it already today or wasn't aware, earlier today I did drop a new player versus player on the channel, so go and check that if you haven't. Appreciate everyone supporting. I'm just watching the Arsenal-Southampton game, and Arsenal are bottling this title race. And I wanted them to do it this year because I'm tired and bored of seeing City win it every year. And it looks like City are going to win it again. Arsenal need to do a lot in this 45 minutes to keep their season alive. It's on Sky if you don't know, if you weren't aware. Catch you guys tomorrow.